afternoon, Ms. Lauber.
Good afternoon.
My name is Wendy Lewis. I am one of Ms. Richins' attorneys. I'm going to hand you some binders. We're going to go old school here.
Oh my gosh.
These are
I don't know who's right.
okay.
You can put it over here.
I'm going to ask you to refer to
just don't
these
like
as
this
we
bit.
talk. These are the transcripts of the interviews that you did in April and May of 2023. All right, and just to help you out here, take a look. Here's the first two interviews, and we're tabbed here. Interview 1 with the date. Interview 2. All right.
Okay.
This is interview, we've got the dates, March 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
This is separate. This is the interview from March 10th. If you want to just set that aside
Yeah.
till we get to that. And then your last two interviews, 13th and 14th, are right here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be referring to that.
Well, that's a lot.
All right, so according to your testimony that you just gave, when you were arrested in April of 2023, between April of 23 and May of 23, you had 7 interviews with, it was Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard, and then there were some other people too, but those were the 2 main ones, correct?
Yes.
All right. So since that time, since the last interview that we have a transcript of, May 13th, 2023, how many times have you met with, we're going one at a time, how many times have you met with Detective O'Driscoll?
While I was incarcerated?
No, after you got out.
After? There was a couple of times.
Couple. Okay.
Yes.
So
I mean, I'm not sure on the numbers. It was a while back.
in what circumstances did you meet with him?
They would come and they would check on my ankle monitor when I was on my ankle monitor. Sometimes I wasn't charging. Sometimes they'd swing by and ask me a couple questions.
Questions about the case?
Just about my part.
Okay. So about the things you're testifying about?
Yes.
All right. And you say they. Was that Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard together?
Yes.
Did you always meet with them together, or did you sometimes meet with them separately?
No, they were always together.
Always together. And so they came to your house a couple. What, does a couple mean 2, or does a couple mean 5? Does a couple mean, what does that mean to you?
We can go out on a limb and say maybe 3 or 4 times.
3 to 4 times. And they would talk to you about your testimony during those visits sometimes?
Not with my testimony. They'd ask, if the question came up, like, okay, where was you at this time? Stuff like that.
Okay. Do you know if they recorded any of those conversations with you?
I do believe so. I'm not 100% sure.
You think they were recorded?
I'm not 100% sure.
All right. Did they call you on the telephone after you were released?
No, I kept in touch with them, with ankle monitor.
So you called them on the telephone?
No.
Oh,
I was
just-
just being tracked by ankle monitor with them.
All right. Did they drive you places?
They did when I was in jail. They
Right.
drove me sometimes up to this courthouse.
And, okay. And after you were out, did they drive you to Wasatch County Courthouse?
They did a couple of times when reporters were there.
All right. When you were in the car, did they have conversations with you?
No.
All right. What other people from Summit County Sheriff's Office, if any, besides Detective Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll, did you talk to?
Were there detectives?
Yes. Were there any others?
No.
All right. Have you met with the prosecutors in this case, either Mr. Bloodworth or anyone else?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
There was an initial meeting when this case first came up here with Bloodworth, and then a couple times over the last couple weeks.
So when you met with them over the last couple of weeks, was that to go over your testimony?
Yes.
Did they practice your testimony with you in those meetings?
They kind of prepared me for what kind of, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. They kind of prepared me a little bit of it.
Did they review your answers with you?
Pause for 1 second, Ms. Lewis. I apologize for the interruption. Pull the mic a little bit to your left. Yeah, you can move the blinders again.
Okay.
There you go. Now pull the mic more in front of you.
Yeah.
Let's try that. I'm sorry, if you ask your
Sorry, go
last
ahead.
question one more time.
Did they review your answers with you?
Yes.
All right. So they reviewed with you when the drug buys happened, correct?
They would ask me the questions and I would answer.
Did they correct you if they thought your answer was wrong?
Not really, no.
All right. Did they practice cross-examination with you?
Yes.
So they did we call it a mock cross. Someone pretended to cross-examine you, is that fair?
Yeah, they kind of just brought up how you were going to bring up my past, how I was going to feel.
Okay. That's all?
Yes.
All right. Did they tell you how to answer the questions that I might be asking you?
No.
They didn't give you any advice on how to answer the questions.
No.
Did they help you put the pieces together so you would remember what to testify to?
Actually, I'm the one that's asked, like, if I needed to know Robbie, I put in my phone, like, obviously it says Kouri, Doreen's niece, Robbie, Nicole's friend, just stuff like that.
Wait a minute, I don't know if I understood your answer to my question. So my question was, did they help put the pieces together for you for your testimony, and what was your answer?
I said I'm the one that asked for pictures and stuff like that.
So you asked them to help put the pieces together for you.
I don't know if it was actually helping me put the pieces together. Kind of refresh my memory a little bit. It happened a long time ago.
That's true. This happened almost 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And your original interviews with detectives was almost 3 years ago.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get back to that. Who else have you spoken to about your testimony in this case?
Nobody.
Well, now,
When I was in jail, when I was incarcerated,
okay. And Jill, who did you speak to about that you were going to be cooperating?
there was O'Driscoll, Maynard, and I can't remember the lady that came from the feds, but I didn't really talk to her.
That would be Ms. Whistler.
I cannot remember her
Okay,
name.
well, we'll get back to that too. Well, you talked to Nick Bon Savage that you were cooperating in this case during the time you were in jail.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Okay, so you told your best friend that you were cooperating.
Yes.
And you told your best friend, man, I don't even remember what happened. You got to help me out here, right?
Just in the part where, in the car, yes.
Okay. Because Nick was with you one of the times you met Robbie Crozier.
Yes.
And you had Nick help you remember that because you did not remember that. Specifically, you did not remember the dates, right?
I don't remember the dates exactly, no.
Okay. Today you remember the dates
Well, yeah.
because they were told to you.
But no, the more you think about it, the more it pops up.
Okay. All right. So the dates you couldn't remember 3 years ago, you thought you remember them now.
Yes.
All right. We'll get back to that. Ms. Crozier, do you have mental health diagnoses?
Do I what?
Any mental health diagnoses?
No.
Diagnoses? You're not diagnosed with any mental health problems?
No.
You're sure?
Yes.
What about anxiety?
Yeah.
Do you take medication for that?
Not so much anymore, no.
Okay. Are you on any medications today?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about drug court. So in 2021, you were given the opportunity to participate in the Wasatch County Drug Court.
Yes.
All right. And that is an opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And when you were allowed to go to drug court, you had been arrested for a number of felonies.
Yes.
It was, let me grab some papers. I mean, you were arrested for how many first-degree felonies?
I'm not sure.
All right, well then give me a moment to find it. Here we go. Okay. 2 first-degree felonies, possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. Is that right?
Yes.
A third-degree felony, possession or use of a controlled substance.
Yes.
Right. And then a number of misdemeanors that all dealt with possession of controlled substances, paraphernalia, or driving under the influence.
Yes. Is that 2019?
Yes.
Yes, that was me and my exes, yes.
All right. And that was the case that you were allowed to go to drug court on.
Yes.
All right. So you talked about this a little bit. I just want to make sure everybody understands. And when you go to drug court, you get what is typically what you do is you get a plea in abeyance, right?
Yes.
So that means you plead guilty to all or some of the counts that you're charged with, correct?
Yes.
And then it's held. The court holds that plea. They don't put it on your record yet, right?
Correct.
And then if you successfully complete drug court, those will be dismissed. Correct?
Yes.
All right. So, and right now, I mean, you haven't been, we're going to talk more about this, but you haven't successfully finished drug court yet. True?
Yes, it's on pause.
Okay. But it sounds like you're doing really well.
Yes.
And you're clean.
Yes.
And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I know you had a very difficult time for a very long time.
Yes.
And drug court's really hard, right?
It is, yes.
I mean, I was an attorney in
They
drug
expect a
court.
lot in the beginning.
It is. I was an attorney in drug court, so I have some familiarity. But you're expected to do a lot.
A lot, yeah.
You're expected to go to treatment. True?
Oh, yes, sorry. I thought you were going to continue. Sorry, yes.
Sorry, I'll try to do better. You're expected, you get very regular UAs to make sure that you're clean.
Every day you call in, yes.
And then, so it's random. You call in every day. And
Yes,
then,
it's a random color number depending what phase you were in.
all right. And how many phases are there
5.
at Wasatch Drug Court? 5.
Yes.
All right. And so treatment, drug testing, do you have to work?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to be employed. You have to show up every week at first.
Yes, for your groups. So you had not only did you have one-on-one therapy, you also had attended groups Monday through Friday, depending what phase you were in as well. So you had 5 groups.
Okay.
You had therapy twice, 2 or 3 times a week with your one-on-one, depending what phase you were in.
All right. And you started your drug court program in 2021.
9 of 2021, I believe.
You think it was September?
Yeah, I do believe.
Well, let's take a look.
Or maybe that was my initial evaluation.
I think you might be right. Let's just. Okay. Sure, it looks like September of 2021. Now, is it fair to say that between September of 2021 and when you were arrested, which we're going to talk about, you talked a little bit with Mr. Bloodworth in April
Of 2026 or 22nd or something like that?
not quite.
I mean, no, I mean the date.
April
I mean the date.
2023.
Yeah, 23.
You were arrested. You're right. I think it was April 26th or 7th.
That's
of
what it was,
2020.
yeah. Yes.
Okay. You were struggling in drug court, fair to say?
In the beginning, yes.
Well, that whole time, until you were from September of 21 until your arrest in April of 23, you were struggling.
Not the whole time, no.
All right, let's take a look at that. So, do you recall that? Well, let me show you. I'm going to show you a document. It might be easier. Katie, do we have, it's Defense Exhibit 1007. Can you pull it up on the screen just for Ms. Lauber? And I don't think it has page numbers, but we can go by dates. So maybe pull it up, starting from 9/22/21 for her to look at. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, I'm like, I better
All
not
right,
see that.
so let's look at, so each time you go to drug court, there's a little note entered in what we call the docket of the case,
Yeah.
right? About what happened in court that day.
Yes, it's the
Okay.
drug court team members' notes.
Understood. So you started drug court September 15th, September 22nd, you missed your group therapy and your individual therapy. I mean, that's what came up at drug court. You were missing treatment,
Yes.
which is, in drug court, that's a problem, right? You're supposed to go to all your treatments.
Pause for a moment, Ms. Lewis.
Can you see that there?
Yes.
Okay. And you had to pay a $40 fee, or you had to pay for your mistreatment?
Yes, that's still in the beginning of when I entered drug court, yes.
Correct. So that'd be a sanction that you had to pay for that.
No, if you missed it, they considered that wasting the therapist's time when somebody else could have took that spot.
All right, well, that's fair.
It was not a sanction, no.
Okay, so the next month, October 20th of 2021, a little lower on that page, you failed to appear at drug court.
I don't recall that one, but yes,
Is that what it says on the docket?
yes. Mhm.
And they issued a warrant.
Yes,
The next week, October 27th, you tested positive for benzos. Well, I'm going to rephrase that. You actually tested positive on October 10th, October 6th, October 8th, but it was at the 27th drug court hearing that those problems were addressed. That would be a more accurate statement of what happened, right?
yes, once again, still in the beginning of drug court.
That's right. And benzos would be drugs, I don't know, well, you tell me, do you know what benzos you were taking?
That was my Valium, I believe.
Valium, all right. And you were sanctioned, it says.
Yes.
All right. Now, you continued through November to miss therapy, true? Look at November 3rd. It's okay, take your time, do you see it?
I don't know, you guys are moving them all over, so.
Would you ask the question again, Ms. Lewis?
I mean, I understand the question, but you're moving the paper like back and forth, or whoever it is.
Can you see the note from November 3rd, drug court?
I see 11/10 of 21. Okay, there you go.
Your Honor, I don't know if it'd be all right, but this might be faster if I could point it out to her. Would it be all right if I stood closer to the witness?
Of course.
Thank you. All right, let's see.
Ms. Lauber, just remember, when you answer the question, yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, November 3rd, drug court, you missed therapy and received, oh, you didn't get a sanction yet. They waited.
Yes.
All right. And then November 17th, you came in and you'd missed your drug test that week. Missed a drug test, correct?
Okay, yeah.
So tell me, now in drug court, a missed test is considered the same as a positive test, right?
Yes, but some of those due to working with Doreen coming off the mountain or we're running behind.
Sure, that happens, but as a participant in drug court, you are expected to make all your drug tests.
Yes, unless you call ahead and say, I'm running behind from work, can I do it next day?
And
With
they
approval.
sometimes allow that, but it wouldn't show as a missed drug test if you had got permission.
It'll still come up as a missed test because
Wouldn't
you
it?
didn't go the day of.
It would, well, you got a sanction, so
Yes.
it was a missed test.
Yeah, so therefore, I mean, I went the next day, but still received a sanction for it.
It doesn't say that, but all right. You continued missing tests In 21 through February, you continued missing your drug tests. Right here, missed tests and treatment. Missed tests. You were sanctioned, correct?
Yes.
All right. All right. Now let's get, you got a negative drug test, it looks like in,
What's the year on that?
there, you got a negative drug test.
No, what's the year on these ones?
2020, oh, now we're moving into January of 22.
Okay, so what were the years on these ones?
I misspoke, I said February, it was December of 21.
Yes.
All right.
Still, once again, the beginning of drug court.
Okay, well, now it's January of 22. Okay. So you're missing drug tests. Then, on January 28th drug court, they said you had tested positive for methamphetamine.
Yes.
And you said, no, retested, that's not true. I didn't use.
Yeah.
But then the next week, you came back and you said, well, actually, I did use. You don't need to retest it. I relapsed. Which happens.
Well, yes, working with active users, once again,
Yeah.
with the cleaning company, they were all still active users.
Well, but it was your choice to use.
Absolutely, but if you keep getting offered and offered, and as a drug addict, yes, obviously you're going to relapse. You're going
All
to
right.
fold.
And you lied about it.
Yes.
All right.
That's what addicts do when you're using.
That's true. Addicts lie. All right.
Active addicts.
And then in February, now we're getting into the time period at issue here. January, February, March of 2022. All right. So at this time, let's get the date here. February 9th, you missed your group. Your treatment, so you were sanctioned then, right?
Yes.
February 11th, you tested positive for amphetamines. Tested
Yes.
positive on February 11th.
Okay, yeah.
And again, you denied it.
Of course.
But that's the same day you said you were out buying drugs from Susan Kohler, right? February 11th, 2022.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
I was with Susan that day, yes.
So you're using.
Yes. Once again, when you're going to relapse when you're around active people,
I
yes.
understand. And let's see. As we move into March of 22, you tested positive for methamphetamine February 11th, March 1st, and March 3rd, and March 16th, correct?
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it was there. It's from drug court notes, yes.
So if it's, I'm sorry, I didn't
No,
mean to
you're
like
good.
poke you with that.
You're fine.
So, well, if it's in here, it's accurate.
Yes.
All right, so this whole time that you say you remember purchasing drugs, all these text messages, you were high.
I'm sorry, what was that? Sorry.
This whole period of time that you just testified, that you say you remember all these texts and you remember all this information from March of 2022, you were high that whole time, February, March 22.
Not the whole time, no.
You were using very regularly.
I guess, well, yes.
Okay. Now, this continues all through.
Ms. Lewis, may we pause for a minute? May we take the document down so the witness is not distracted?
We may.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. So this continues. The missing drug tests, the positive tests. Sometimes you do well, other times you're doing poorly. Continues all the way up until your arrest of April of 2023.
Sorry, what was the question again?
The question was, we started talking about, we were talking about that you were using all through February and March of 22. And now I'm saying from February and March of 22 until your arrest of April of 23, you numerous times either missed drug tests, missed treatment, were sanctioned, tested positive. You had a lot of missteps between the beginning of drug court in 2021 until your arrest in April of 2023. Correct?
Yes.
All right. In fact, you were held back on phases.
Yes.
You were asked to restart phases.
Yes.
But you started doing a little better right before you were arrested in April of 23. You were finally moved to phase 5. True?
Yes.
All right. And then you're arrested.
Yes.
And you are arrested for, well, first of all, there was, all right, well, let me do this in 2 parts. You were arrested for possession of marijuana, correct?
Actually, no, I was arrested for driving on a revoked suspended license.
Okay, that's fair. You were originally pulled over and arrested for driving on a suspended license, and then there was an order to show cause issued in drug court,
Yes.
right? Now, an order to show cause is a little bit different than an official charge, right?
Yes.
So an order to show cause, can you pull that up, please, just for me and the witness? So an order to show cause, just so the jury can understand, is when you're in drug court or probation, on probation, and you're accused of committing a crime, they say, all right, these are the things you're accused of doing, and you need to come into drug court and explain what happened, and then we will make a decision as to whether you're going to remain in drug court, if you're going to be charged with these crimes officially, if you're going to get kicked out of drug court because you've got new charges. That's what an order to show cause is, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So you got an order to show cause, and it was for, I think that's in front of the screen. Does that look like what an order to show cause looks like?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
And you recognize that as the order to show cause that was issued in May of 2020. Well, I'm looking at the date. You were ordered to April 26th, the day of your arrest. 2023.
Would you restate the question?
Is that the order to show cause that was issued in your case in April of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd move to admit and to publish Defense Exhibit 1008.
Sure, Your Honor, no objection.
Okay. Defendants 1008 is admitted, and we will publish it now.
All right. So that's just so the jury can see what that looks like. Now, if in drug court you're found to be in violation, you're found to have committed new crimes, what happens is your plea in abeyance goes away and you are sentenced on your original 2 first-degree felonies and your 3rd-degree felony that you pled to, right?
Sorry, what was the question?
Okay.
Can we-
Trying to explain so they all understand how this works. If you were to go into drug court and the drug court found that you had in fact committed new crimes and violated drug court, then you could go back. Your plea in abeyance would no longer be in effect, and a plea of guilty would enter,
Your
correct?
plea in abeyance would be revoked.
Revoked. So you would be guilty of those crimes, and you would go back to your sentencing judge and be sentenced on your original 2 first-degree felonies and 1 3rd-degree felony.
Yes.
And in addition to that, you could be charged with the marijuana that was found in your house the day of your arrest, correct?
I wasn't aware of marijuana, but I guess if you have the paperwork.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. I think you've just forgotten. And there was a firearm found in your home.
Yes, that was my roommate's son, yes.
And, well, possessing a firearm, whether it's yours or not,
Yes.
is a crime if you're a felon.
Yes.
A serious crime,
Yes.
potentially a federal crime.
Yes.
All right. So, we're going to get back to that, but I want to go now. So you're arrested on April 26th. You don't know yet about the firearm. You said you've forgotten about the marijuana, but you don't know about the firearm. You just know you were brought in on driving on a revoked license.
Yes.
The next day, Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard show up to talk to you. April 27th, 2023.
I guess it was the next day, yeah.
All right. And at that time, you didn't know why they were there.
No, I had no idea.
But they told you, hey, we searched your place and we found a gun under your bed, correct?
Yes.
And they tell you your drug court is in jeopardy. You could be violated.
Yes.
And if you're violated, and you go back and be sentenced on your 2 first-degree felonies and your third-degree felony, you are looking at 2 5-to-life prison sentences and 1 0-to-5 prison sentence, potentially.
Yes.
And the court could choose to run those consecutive, which means you do 1 5-to-life, then you do a second 5-to-life, and then you do your 0-to-5. That's a possibility.
Yes.
So you were potentially looking at a long sentence if you were violated in drug court.
Yes.
But in that very first meeting, Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard say, hey, we're not here to jam you up, though. We want to talk to you.
I don't recall the exact words, but yes, they were there to talk to me.
And if those weren't the exact words, it was words to, we don't want you to get in more trouble. We want to talk to you. Words to that effect?
Yes.
All right. And that's when they tell you that they think Kouri Richins poisoned her husband, Eric Richins, and they think that she killed him.
I don't think that was their exact words.
All right, well, I'm not necessarily using their exact words, but they give you that information.
Yes.
All right. And that he died of a fentanyl overdose.
Yes, they did inform me that he died of an overdose.
And that was the first time you'd heard that. True?
From the officer, yes.
Well, from anyone, that he died of an overdose.
No. One of Doreen's workers were driving down the road. It was Nancy. She had yelled out the window. She's like, Eric died of an overdose. And that's when I had made the phone call to Kouri asking if, please tell me those weren't for him.
Okay. You never told the officers that story, did you?
Not till later, I don't think.
Well, not in these 7 interviews, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. In fact, what you tell them is you don't use fentanyl, correct?
Yes.
And you tell them meth, heroin, maybe a few oxys here and there, but I literally never dealt with fentanyl.
Correct.
That's true. Wasn't it?
Yes, correct.
Okay. One reason you didn't deal in fentanyl is you had a daughter who had some problems with fentanyl.
I had a couple of daughters.
You have a daughter, I'm sorry. It's not past tense. You still have your daughter.
She is doing great.
Yes, and I'm happy to hear that she had a problem with fentanyl.
She had a problem with heroin, and it turned into fentanyl, yes.
Yeah. And did you tell them she overdosed? I know she survived, but she overdosed, right?
My daughter has overdosed a couple times.
All right. So fentanyl scared you.
Absolutely.
All right. But they tell you, hey, it's okay. You're not going to get any new charges until we push the button, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation on push the button.
Sustained. I don't know what that means, Ms. Lewis.
Well, why don't you look at, let's look at the April 27th interview that we pulled up there
In the book?
in the book,
You're
yes.
going to pull it up.
No, we're going to use the book. So we're going to go old school on these interviews. There's
my
too many
gosh.
pages to ask poor
Where do I got to
Katie
go to?
to find them all.
You can help her, Ms. Lewis.
Why don't you, well, actually, why don't you start reading here to yourself? Remember that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So they tell you in that interview, these new charges, none of them are going to go through until we push the button to make them go through. That's what they tell you.
Yes.
And they say, and we have Wasatch County prosecutor on board, and they're going to charge you, but we're going to help you out.
Yes.
All right. And you know, because drug court has not been going the most smooth, if you get kicked out of drug court, you're looking at potentially a lot of time.
Yes.
And you do not want that to happen.
No.
In fact, you tell them you want to get out of Utah, right?
Yes.
You want to go to Vegas
Yes.
because you have a fiance in Vegas.
Yes.
And in fact, because of your cooperation in this case, you've been allowed to do that, haven't you?
I was allowed to go visit him when I was in drug court as well.
After you started cooperating in this case, not before.
No, not true. I would have, Judge Maybe would grant me time to go see him, but I had to let her know when and what time and the address and everything.
All right, so you're saying we're going to find on the docket that she let you go to Vegas before you started cooperating in this case? You're sure?
I do believe so.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that. Katie, can you check into that, please? All right. So they say, but we think you can, something to the effect, now I'm not saying word for word, but something to the effect, we think you can help us out. We want you to help us out. They tell you that in general, right? On April 27th.
Yes.
And they said, you know, we're going to give you some time to think about this and we'll be back.
Actually, I asked for the time to think about and process everything. I do believe I told him it's a
Why don't
lot
you
to
take a look?
process. Open it back up?
Yes,
To what page?
the end.
The end? Like the end?
No, the end of this section. Sorry, I don't think. Right there. Right?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so they're telling you you could be in trouble in drug court and you say that's gonna fucking kill me.
Right.
Say, all right, we're gonna give you some time to think about this. We'll come back. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So they just leave you sitting there 4, 5 days
Yes.
and you don't know what's going on, but you know you could be looking at a lot of prison time.
I just know this whole thing was a lot to process while you're incarcerated.
That's fair, but it's also true that you could be looking at a lot of prison time and you're very worried about it.
Altogether, yes.
Well, you call Nick Savage and you tell him you're very worried about it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I know I talked to Nick quite a bit.
And your daughter,
Yes.
Kelsey, is that right?
My daughter, yes.
Okay. So they come back on May 2nd. And they bring, it's Detective O'Driscoll, Detective Maynard, and they bring a DEA agent with them this time, right? Agent Sorensen.
There was another officer there, yes.
And you recall that he was with the Drug Enforcement Administration?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
So a federal agent.
Yes.
So this time they tell you, by the way, Carmen, you're not just possibly looking at 2 5-to-lives and a 0 to 5 in state prison. You could be looking at federal prison, right?
Yes.
Because if you provided a drug to someone and someone died from that drug, That's a 20-year minimum mandatory in federal prison.
Objection, Your Honor, misstates the law.
It does not misstate the law.
Folks, you're going to have to lay some foundation one way or the other, Ms. Lewis.
Right.
If you can rephrase about what her understanding was, I think we can get past this.
They told you that there is a federal charge you could be looking at.
Yes.
Distribution resulting in a death.
Yes.
And that federal charge carries a minimum mandatory of 20 years in federal prison. They told you that day.
Yes.
All right. They also tell you, don't worry, we're going to help you out. Right? So you tell them for the first time, but you also said here today, that, okay, yes, Kouri Richins contacted me. She said, I have an investor with back pain and could you get me some pills?
Yes.
And you told them you thought that would maybe, you didn't know for sure what she wanted. She just asked for some pills to help with back pain.
Yes.
And you thought maybe she meant muscle relaxants, maybe she meant some pain pills, you didn't know.
Right.
All right. Wasn't fentanyl. She didn't ask for fentanyl.
Not at the time, no.
Okay. But you couldn't remember when that happened. You just couldn't remember, right?
I can remember the exact dates, no.
Well, you told them all you remembered was there was a little bit of snow on the ground.
Yes.
And they're trying to help you pin down a date, but you say, you told them multiple times, I really don't know. There was snow on the ground.
Really wasn't absolutely correct on the dates, no.
Okay. But you did tell them that, okay, yes, I reached out to Susan Kohler, my friend and coworker, and asked her for some pain pills.
Yes.
Not fentanyl,
No.
because Kouri didn't ask for fentanyl, correct?
Not at the time, no.
Okay, we'll get to that. And you were aware, I'm not sure if I'm right about this, were you aware that Susan had a friend who was selling some prescription oxycodone, excuse me?
Yes.
Okay, so you knew that Susan could get you some prescription pain pills.
Yes.
All right, so you went to Susan and asked her to do that for you.
Yes.
All right, but during that interview, you told the officers numerous times, I have been using drugs since I was 6th grade.
Yes.
My brain is not that good.
Correct.
I don't remember things.
Yes.
You have a learning disability also, correct?
Yes.
Can you share what that is?
No. No.
Ms.
I would ask you to share what it is. That was a question, not a request. Sorry. I apologize, but it could be relevant.
Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lauber, if you would please answer the question.
Yes, I do have one.
And what
What is it?
It's not the highest education of. It's a low grade education.
is that because you struggled in school because of your learning disability?
Yes.
All right. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. A lot of people have that.
Right.
All right, so you go to Susan, and did you ask her for Roxy's, or did she tell you she could get Roxy's?
That's what she told me she could get.
Roxy's. And what are Roxy's?
Like a hydrocodone pill.
Are they, and I'm asking, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you need you've got some water there?
Ms. Lewis, would you
Good.
pause for one moment? I apologize for interrupting. Carmen, when you dab your eyes, which you're allowed to do, you also cover your mouth,
Sorry.
which blocks the sound. If you would just answer the last question again, and if you need Ms. Lewis to
Yeah,
restate
what
it,
was the
that's
question
okay.
again?
I'm not sure. So you said that Susan brought up the word Roxy's, not you?
She told me that's what she could get from her friend.
Okay, and what are Roxy's?
It is a pain pill.
Is
It's
it
an opiate.
oxy? I'm sorry, say that again.
It is a pain pill. It's an opiate.
It's not bad. Is it oxycodone?
Yes.
What are Roxy 30s? Do you need a break?
Just for a sec.
Your Honor, we've been at this since about 12:30.
Yeah, Ms. Lewis, any objection to a short restroom break?
No,
This
no, Your
witness,
Honor.
of course, will not confer with anyone during the break.
That's fine.
Folks, please rise for the jury. Please. Ms. Lauber, we're going to take a break. You're welcome to stretch your legs, use the restroom. Please don't talk to anybody about your testimony, okay? Thank you. Let's come back at 3:25. The court is in recess. Thank you. In a moment, before the jury comes back in, I just need to remind everyone in the courtroom that there can be no audible reactions to any of the evidence or any of the events in the courtroom. You just need to sit, be still, listen, no audible reactions to anything. If anyone is unable to follow this instruction on a going forward basis, I'll need you to step out and the deputies will help you do it. Okay. Mr. Bloodworth, are we ready for the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is Ms. Lauber in the wings? Looks like they're grabbing her now. Okay. I'm going to let her take the stand before we have the jury come in. Thank you. Patience, if you'd take the stand again. Please watch your step. Here, just stay standing for a second. Please rise for the jury. Ms. Lauber, same warnings regarding the microphone, and please remember you are still under oath.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Ms. Lewis, please proceed.
All right. I forgot to introduce an exhibit. Katie, can you pull up Defense Exhibit 1007 again? And Ms. Lauber, we spoke about that. That's your docket from drug court, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'd move to admit Exhibit 1007. We don't need to publish it at this time, though.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, defendants 1007 is admitted.
All right. Okay. Carmen, let's go back to when you went and got the pills from Susan Kohler. So right before the break, you said that Susan got you Roxy's and that Roxy's are oxycodone. Did I get that right?
Correct.
All right. What are Roxy 30s?
They are a stronger pain pill. Hydrocodone, I believe.
Okay. Are they 30 milligram oxycodones?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's see. Now, but Susan got you some prescription oxycodone, and when you were interviewed on May 2nd, the interview we're talking about right now, you said that you left those pills in the fire pit at the house in Midway. Do you remember that?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. Can you look at page 41? Do you see that?
Yes, I do see.
Okay. So at that time you said, I left the pills in the fire pit at Midway and the money was in the fire pit in Midway. Remember? That's correct, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's different than what you said today, though, right?
Yes.
All right. Fair to say, though, 3 years ago, you might have remembered a little bit better than you do today what happened, right?
No.
Did someone tell you what you said 3 years ago was wrong, so now you're saying something different today?
No, nobody told me what I said was wrong.
All right. But you did say then that you left them in the fire pit at Midway.
Yes.
All right, we'll get back to that. Now, in that interview, you told Detectives Maynard, Detective O'Driscoll, and Agent Sorensen that you never did a hand-to-hand exchange with Kouri. Turn to page 41.
I'm on 41.
It says you never exchanged pills with Kouri. Isn't that what you told them then?
Yes.
So you said then, I never did a hand-to-hand exchange with Kouri, but today you're saying you gave those pills directly to Kouri.
Yes, in my driveway.
Okay. And you said that the pills were $600.
Yes.
And that you fronted the money. That's what you said today, is that you fronted the money.
Yes, to Susan.
So you didn't make any money off doing that?
No,
So you just
not this one, no.
did that. It's not a very good drug dealer, correct?
Right.
All right, so you just took the money, got the pills, paid for them, took them back and forth, risked drug court just because.
Just I thought she was a friend.
All right. So at that time, at that interview, you told detectives that, again, that you bought the pills from Susan, left the pills in the fire pit, and you told them that this was the first of 3 times you bought drugs from Ms. Richins. That's what you told them back in May of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. You bought pills once from Susan, twice from Robbie.
Oh, one's from Susan, 3 from Robbie.
It's not what you told them then, though, right?
I'm not sure. It was a lot to process, and it was many years ago.
We couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
It was a lot to process, and it was quite a few years ago.
Let me look at page 54, I think it is. Let me just be sure. Next one, I might start here. Let's see. Okay. This is different, but I'm kind of looking right here and right here. Okay. All right, so when you were being interviewed in May, and you were telling them in May of 23, and you were telling them, I picked up the money from the fire pit, I got the pills from Susan, I left the pills in the fire pit. Detectives told you that it was really important you had to be very clear what had happened, right?
Yes.
And you were doing your best, I would imagine, to tell them what you remembered happened. No, I'm just asking you if you were trying your hardest to tell them what you remembered.
Yes, it was a lot to process.
Yeah, I understand. But that's what you told them. I left the pills in the fire pit.
Yes.
And you talked more that day about how you really needed to stay in drug court, correct?
Yes.
And let's turn to page 62, but you told them you were gonna fight. You were gonna fight hard to stay in drug court, correct?
Yes.
And they told you, well, lucky for you, we're on your side. And as long as this relationship continues, we're here for you. Remember that?
I don't recall.
We'll take a look there on page 62.
62?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And that's what they told you. Lucky for you, we're on your side.
Yes.
And as long as this relationship continues, we're here for you.
Yes.
And you tell them, I'll do whatever I can. Correct?
Yes.
And you tell them throughout this interview, and really throughout the next 6, 7 interviews, that you have a lot of memory problems.
There's a lot to process, yes.
I understand. You told them, though, that you have a lot of memory problems.
I don't know those exact orders, but
Look to page 64.
yes.
Okay. And you told them more than once over those days you had a lot of memory problems, correct?
That my memory wasn't the best, yes.
Yeah. You told that to Nick Bonsavage when you spoke with him on the phone. Remember that?
Yes, still once again, a lot to process when you're incarcerated.
And you told them that you had fried your brain using drugs.
A figure of speech, yes.
But you said that figure of speech numerous times over those interviews, right?
Probably yes.
Numerous times. I've been using drugs since 6th grade. My brain is fried.
Yes.
All right. And during this interview, they're still telling you you might be going to prison here.
Yes.
But that's not going to happen. We talked about that as long as you help them out, correct?
Correct.
And by helping them out, they tell you that means you need to give us the details to make sure Kouri gets convicted of murder, correct?
I don't know if that's their exact words.
Can we pull up Defense Exhibit 1032? Or how do you want to do this? This is for impeachment. Do we play this just for the witness, or can we? I'm not to admit it. It's a demonstrative for impeachment. Can I play that to the jury at this point?
I at least got to give Mr.
He has the exhibit.
Are you familiar with what it is? You just gave a number. I don't know what it is, so I can't tell you.
I provided it.
Do you need a chance to review it?
Can they bring it up?
It should be up for counsel. Am I wrong about that?
Audio.
Okay.
Is there a transcript of this? Where's the transcript?
Is there a date that you can identify
Do you
for
have
us?
the transcript from the interviews, or do you want me to pull up that one? I can.
There it is. It's up.
Oh, thank you, Katie. You're very good at this.
Yeah, just take me to the point in the transcript.
You know the page.
75.
Have it up on the back. So what are you talking about?
Can you go to the next page?
It's on that page. It's at the bottom.
Sure, but there's...
He wants to see the next page.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you want to use the transcript or the video?
The video.
This portion?
Yes, it's a small portion. Can we play that for the jury now?
Any
How does she hear it and not? I'm sorry. I might not be following.
There, please approach. My apologies. If you would pay attention to the screen for a moment. Katie, if you'd cue up the video, right, Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
And then fast forward to whatever
Just
timestamp.
the clip that we have.
Yeah. And then let me know when you're ready. Okay. Go ahead.
So here's where it's at with McKay and your drug court, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. 1 second. That's all right. This happens. If you would, Katie, do me a favor. Unplug, plug back in. If you'd cue up the video again. And press play, please.
So here's where it's at with McKay and your drug court, okay? They are looking for, and this is going to be upsetting, but let me finish. They're looking to pull your drug court deal and ask for 7 years on your two first. 5 years for the one felony, and then a 40% portion for the second, for 7 years. The only exception to that, and the only thing that they're willing to kind of help you out with, is if you can help us out with this.
And by help, he means like, give us the details that will ensure Kouri gets convicted of murder.
So that's what they said to you.
Yes. Yes.
And let me just identify a couple of people here. The first person speaking to you, telling you that, first he says, I talked to McKay. McKay is the prosecutor in Wasatch County Drug Court, right?
Correct.
McKay King.
Yes, correct.
All right. And that in talking to McKay King, you may be getting 7 years in prison on your state case.
Correct.
But if you help him out, that's not going to happen.
Correct.
And by helping him out, that means you need to give us the details that will ensure that Kouri gets convicted, correct?
Correct.
And you are willing to do whatever it takes to save yourself from getting kicked out of drug court and going to prison, correct?
I'm willing to go forward with the truth, yes.
And you tell them, I'll do whatever it takes.
Yes. That means incriminating me, yes.
But then you tell them, but I need a blueprint about what happened. Because you don't know what happened, right?
And I just needed, I guess if you want to call it a blueprint, kind of a layout of what was going on.
That's right. You said you need to lay out for me what you want, right?
Not lay out what they want, lay out what had happened or what.
Look at page 80.
Page what?
80 of the same May 2nd.
Okay, correct.
You need a blueprint, you need, lay it out for me. Correct?
It says a blueprint, yes.
All right. And then you said, I'll do whatever, because you struggled really hard to get where it is, I'll do whatever it takes. Correct? That's not on that page. I'm asking if you
Oh.
remember that.
Sorry, yes.
It's fine. Okay, you did tell them that. And so they say, all right, that's great. We'll go to the prosecutor and we'll try and hammer out a deal for you, correct?
Correct.
Now, do you recall, and if you don't, you can turn to page 69, that during that meeting, Detective O'Driscoll asked you to write down everything that you could remember for your next meeting, to help out with the next meeting. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did you ever do that? Did you write that out?
No.
Okay. I just wondered if that had happened. All right. Now, you tell them, and I think you said this again today, that after you got pills from Susan Kohler, the next set of pills you got were light green pills, correct?
Correct.
Katie, can you pull up Exhibit 1030? Can you see that, Ms. Lauber?
Yes, I
Does that look similar, or, I don't know, how close do those look to the pills that you received?
Those are darker green.
Okay, so the pills you got were even lighter green than that.
Yes, those are darker.
Okay. Can I admit that? For comparison, she says the pills were lighter than the pills in that picture.
No, Your Honor, authenticity?
I can blow it up bigger. It's just a picture of the pills.
Just a picture.
If it's just the picture of the two pills.
Tablets, yeah, that's fine.
But there's a whole lot of.
No, how about, can we just publish this? We don't have to, do you want to admit this as a redacted copy or just publish it?
Let's admit it as a redacted copy for now.
Any objection?
If we redact everything around the pills.
Yeah, I think what we're talking about
Okay.
here is this, what's on the counsel and witness screen, Mr. Bloodworth.
She's redacting it in real time.
There you
Is there
go.
a second page? No, I'm sorry, is there a second?
No. Oh. I don't think so.
Yeah, that too. Can we- Should we? If we want to publish the photo of the two pills now, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll mock
and
up,
then redact it later. And
Understood. Let's publish just the photograph of the tablets. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, pausing there for just a moment.
So your memory is the first pills you got from Mr. Crozier were an even lighter green color than that.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember if they said anything on them? Like those pills say something on them.
I don't recall. Like I said, they were in a little plastic bag. I didn't sit there and count them and play with them.
Okay. Now, you now have a conversation with the detectives. We can take that down. Thank you, Katie. And they are telling you, well, you asked for blues. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And then they ask you, actually, some of the same questions I was asking you. They are asking you, you asked for, what are M30s? Do you remember? They were asking you about M30s and Roxys or Oxys.
I don't recall.
Okay, why don't you turn to page 90? It's over 90 and 91.
Whoops.
All right, and they're asking you about M30s. You see that? Are you on page 90?
I am on 90.
Okay.
Yeah, what's,
The question is, they ask you what M30s are, and you tell them that M30s are either Roxys or Oxys, correct?
correct, but I'm not seeing the question in here at all.
All right, well, maybe you just remember. They asked you what M30s were, and you told them M30s are Roxys or Oxy, which is oxycodone, correct?
Ms. Lauber, I'm sorry, we're getting confused here. I need you to be more specific about when you're asking her, whether it's something in the transcript or if you're asking something based on her memory.
Okay. Do you remember that they asked you what M30s were? Or they asked you about M30s?
Yes, that's right here.
And you told them M30s would be Roxys or oxycodone?
Yes.
Oxys.
Yes.
But isn't it true that Sergeant O'Driscoll says, no, M30s are fentanyl? And I'm not using his exact words, but he tells you M30s are fentanyl.
Yes.
And you say, well, what did you say? Do you remember? Is it there?
I don't recall.
Did you
Let me
say,
see.
oh, okay, see, that's how much I don't really deal with them.
Yes, with fentanyl, yes.
Okay, because you don't know anything about fentanyl.
No, not really.
And every time, we'll strike that. Kouri Richins, she never did ask you for fentanyl, correct?
No, when I had told her what Robbie had, she said, okay, go ahead and get the fentanyl.
That's your testimony today?
Yes, she did ask for, when I told her what I had, that's what she said, yes.
That's the first time you've said that, though, right?
No.
You told them that Kouri never asked for fentanyl.
In jail or, now I'm confused. Can you repeat the question?
You told authorities during the course of these interviews that Kouri Richins never asked for fentanyl.
Yes.
And you kept telling them during this interview that you got Roxys.
The ones from Susan Kohler, yes.
They tell you that you got fentanyl for Kouri Richins, correct?
No, when I had reached out to Nicole Cummings, she would reach out to Robbie. Robbie's one that told me that he can give fentanyl.
That's your recollection today.
Yes.
That wasn't your recollection then, though, was it?
No. Like I said, it was a lot to process. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Okay. But what you do tell them is not that Kouri didn't ask for fentanyl. She asked for the Michael Jackson drug.
Yes.
You tell them that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what that is.
No.
And you Google it,
Yes.
and you discover that it's a drug called propofol.
Yes.
And propofol is not fentanyl.
No.
It's a sleeping drug, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Ms. Lauber, we couldn't hear you.
Correct.
All right. But then they keep telling you that you must have given her fentanyl, correct?
I don't recall them saying that that's what.
You turn to page 124. And while you're looking, let me just, so up to this point, you've told them you got Oxycontin, Roxys from, or I said Oxycontin, oxycodone, from Susan, that you were, Kouri asked you for the Michael Jackson drug, that you didn't know what that was, and then they tell you it's fentanyl, and you said, well, they tell you M30s are fentanyl, and you said, well, I didn't know that, just to recap. And now at this point, you say, well, I must have asked for fentanyl. Because why else would I have asked unless Kouri told me to ask for fentanyl, right?
Correct.
Ms. Lauber, I need you to speak loud.
Correct. Sorry.
And as you turn to page 125, you say, I want to say that is the only way that got in my head.
Correct.
So you're telling them, well, I guess Kouri must have asked for fentanyl because how else, why else would we be talking about fentanyl?
When I reached out to Nicole, she gave me Robbie's number. Robbie said that he had a friend with, I asked for the fentanyl, or he said he had fentanyl, and I had reached back to Kouri and said that he has some fentanyl.
Okay, we're going to come back to that because this is a new story today that you've never told before. But let's talk about the story you told on this day. This day, you said, how else did I get fentanyl in my head? Right?
Correct.
Ms. Lauber, isn't it fair to say you got fentanyl in your head from Detectives O'Driscoll and Maynard? They're the ones that put fentanyl in your head.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Because up till this point in the interview, you've said, no fentanyl. I don't deal in fentanyl. I didn't get her fentanyl. I got her Roxy's. I got her Oxys. Oh, she asked for Michael Jackson drugs. Oh, I guess I got her fentanyl. How else would fentanyl be in my head? Right? That's what's happened up to this point.
Correct.
And the only person up to this point who has put the word fentanyl in your head are these detectives, correct?
Mm.
Ms. Lauber, you're on the stand. At that point, they are the ones that told you it was fentanyl.
They're the ones that told me that Eric passed away from fentanyl.
They're the ones that put the word fentanyl in your head.
They're the ones that told me that that's where Eric passed away from.
Okay. But during this interview, you're very confused about what happened because first you told them that you dropped the oxys from Susan in the fire pit. Correct?
Correct.
And then you tell them you gave Kouri some pills standing in the driveway, correct?
Correct.
But you told them the pills in the driveway were not the pills from Susan, they were the light green pills that you got later, correct?
No, I believe I said that the ones that Susan gave me, she came and picked up in my driveway.
Let's see. Let's go to page 135 of that interview. Where did you tell them you left the pills?
It's combined, yes. No.
Oh, okay.
There's, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'll just show it.
I'm looking at three different transactions. There's a combination for Susan, and another one, and then another one. So there's three different ones. Yeah, there's three different ones right here. So they're the ones in my driveway.
Folks, we can't have a private conversation here. I need you to pull that microphone back.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. She was explaining, and I'll
I
ask
know,
the
that
question
may be,
based
but-
on that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Carmen. All right. So you're saying at this point now that you're telling them about 3 transactions,
Right here it says that.
and it says, go ahead. Tell me what you said.
It says combined, yes, because the ones from Susan, and then the green ones, and then there was the other ones that were the fire pit. The third one was the fire pit.
But you don't tell them that the ones from Susan were in the driveway during this interview, correct?
I don't recall.
All right. But then later on, you tell them that, let's go to page 159. Because you change your story. Tell me if you recall this. Go to page 159, then I'll ask you. I'm sorry, I know
This is a lot.
If you would just pause and listen to Ms. Lewis's question. Thank you.
Do you have it on the page?
Yes,
Okay,
159.
then listen to my question, and then if you don't remember, I'll have you look at the page, okay?
Okay.
So you changed your story and you said, no, the first time wasn't in the driveway or the fire pit. The first time was in a cup in a closet inside the Midway house. You tell them that at this interview. Do you recall that?
I don't recall.
Okay, look at the page there.
No, this just says one was at the house.
It says in the closet.
One was in the closet and one was in the fire. Sorry.
The first time was in a cup in a closet in the Midway house.
It doesn't say the first time. It just says one of them.
All right, fair. Now, when was that then that you left it in a cup in the closet?
It would have been the third one.
You think it was the
I
third
think
one?
I do believe so. Yes.
Now, the third one, which, the original third one or the new third one? Because originally you said there were only 3 transactions. 1 from Susan, 2 from Robbie. Now you're saying there's 4. 1 from Susan, 3 from Robbie. So are we talking about the original third transaction or the new third transaction?
Your Honor, objection foundation, they're the same transaction.
I think she said the transaction. She
There'd
said
be
there
the
were.
third one, no matter what you do.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what?
The third is the third, no matter what you do.
It's the fourth that
Yeah,
was
so
added.
sustained, it's the fourth that was added.
All right, well, no, then let me reframe it. The third one originally would be the last transaction. Now, the third one would not be the last transaction. So are you talking about, because originally you said you were 3 transactions. So when you said the third, did you mean the last transaction?
When I say that, I mean the 3 from Robbie, including Susan's or excluding Susan's.
Well, this time you said there weren't 3 from Robbie. There were 2 from Robbie.
I don't recall that.
All right. We'll get back to that in another interview where you talk about that. For now, let me ask you this. Do you know when you left the pills in the cup in the Midway house? What approximate date?
I don't know approximate date.
Was it after February 11th? You testified on direct you bought pills from Susan on February 11th.
Yes.
So it would be after February 11th.
That second one would have been in my driveway. The third one would have been at the other house, the Midway house.
Okay, so that would have been sometime in February.
Approximately, yes.
All right. What was inside the Midway house at that time when you went into the house and left it in a cup in the closet?
It was pretty empty. There was just doing some construction stuff on it, and in the closet, she told me there would be a box with some coffee cups.
Okay. And were there any boxes in the house or just in the closet?
There was just the one in the closet. I didn't go looking in the house.
All right. Now, as you're going through this interview with them at this time, you tell them again, I don't really know. My memory is messed up. It's foggy.
Yes, possibility.
Do we need to find it?
No,
Do you remember saying that? My memory's messed up.
I don't recall.
Turn to page 213.
Or what was your question?
That you told them your memory's messed up and it's foggy.
I don't see it on page 215.
213,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
213. You put 15. Correct.
Okay. And then you also told them during that interview, I bought pills for Kouri 3 times, period. That's on page 165 if you don't remember saying that. If you remember that, you can just say, yes, that's, I remember.
I don't recall.
Okay.
What page?
165.
Yes. It says 3 purchases were, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, all 3 purchases were before it, yes.
You said there were 3 purchases all before Eric died.
Correct.
All right. They come back later and tell you that's not correct, right? That's not on the page, I'm just asking you. Did they come back another day and say, no, the last purchase was after Eric died?
The 4th one?
The new 4th one, yes.
Correct. Actually, yes, correct.
All right. You didn't remember that.
I don't recall.
All right. Finally, at the end of this interview, where you've said, and I'm not going to go through it all again, we've been through all the different things you said like 3 times. You said to them, just write it all down and I'll sign it.
I don't recall saying that.
Page 183.
Oh, yes.
You did. You said, write it all down, I'll sign it.
They wanted me to write it, and I didn't want to write.
No, they didn't want you to write it. You asked them to write it all down for you, and you'll sign it. Because to their credit, they said, well, no, that's not how this works.
Your Honor, objection.
To what?
I'd be a little bit more specific.
That wasn't a question, that was testimony and argument.
No,
It
the
is
question-
argumentative.
All right. I'll
You
say it in a
can,
nicer tone.
You
They-
have to ask a question.
They told you, or I'm sorry, you told them, write it all down and I will sign it, correct?
I asked if they could write down my statement, yes.
Right. You asked them to write it all down for you, correct?
To write my statement, yes.
For you.
As we wrote it down, as we spoke about it, yes, they asked them
And
if
you
they
would
could
just-
write it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to over. You would just sign whatever they wrote,
No, not sign whatever they wrote. My statement.
that they were going to write for you, correct?
I asked if they could write it as I did it, as I
That's-
spoke about it.
That's not what you said here. You said, write it all down and I'll sign it, correct?
Your Honor, objection asked and answered.
I'm not sure we got a clear answer. I'm still not sure what's on that page. So the question, Ms. Lauber, just so we can move on from here, is whether the transcript shows
It
what
says
Ms.
yes.
Lewis states.
Can you guys write it and I can sign it?
Thank you. All right. We're going to move to the May 3rd interview because they come back. I think it might just be Detective Maynard that comes back on May 3rd. I don't know if you recall. According to my notes, Detective Maynard comes back on May 3rd.
I know Maynard came one day, but I don't recall the date.
All right. So that interview starts out with Detective Maynard saying to you, well, because of what we came up with, it doesn't look like you're going to be charged. Remember that?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. You're having a very, I mean, and I understand, it was just 3 years ago. It's hard to
Yes.
remember.
It's a lot to process, period.
Okay. But you remember it now. Right?
Yes.
Okay. But 4 years after it happened, you remember it. but a year after it happened, you didn't remember it.
What was the question?
It was probably not a very good question. I'm going to ask it
Yeah.
again, okay? Sitting here today, you can't remember anything you said in these interviews. Well, not anything. That's not fair. A lot of what you said in these interviews, you can't remember.
This was 4 years ago.
This was 3 years ago.
Well, 3
but
years
yes.
ago, yes.
But sitting here today, you remember very well what happened 4 years ago with these now 4 transactions.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's look at page 3 of the interview on May 3rd.
What page?
Page 3 of the May 3rd interview. It
Still
might be in the next book, book 2.
Now what page? Sorry.
Page 3.
Okay, what was the question?
Detective Maynard starts out this interview by saying, because of what we came up with yesterday, you're not going to be charged.
Correct.
And you tell him, again, I'm willing to do whatever. Do you recall saying that?
I say, oh, okay.
Do you recall saying I'm willing to do whatever?
Yes.
Okay. All right. They tell you that they're going to have to talk to Susan Kohler, right?
Yes.
And that they tell you that, well, Susan could end up being charged with murder if her pills led to someone's death, correct?
I don't recall that.
Page 11.
Oh, what's wrong page?
And they tell you Susan could be charged with murder, but you're not going to be because you are helping us.
Correct.
All right. Now they start to ask you about Nicole Cummings. You brought her up a couple of times, but this is really the first time during the interviews that you talk with the detectives about Nicole Cummings.
Correct.
All right. And this is after you said that Kouri said, I need something stronger, maybe the Michael Jackson drug.
Correct.
All right. And you contact Nicole Cummings, who you knew. Were you roommates briefly? Is that how you knew her?
She was my roommate's son's girlfriend.
Roommate's son's girlfriend. Okay. So
the bedroom I rented, it wasn't my house, I rented a room.
okay.
And her kids stayed there, and his girlfriend would
Okay, that makes sense.
pop. Yeah.
Okay. And at that time, Nicole Cummings was a user.
Correct.
All right. So you reach out to Nicole Cummings to maybe get something stronger than the prescription oxy that you had got from Susan Kohler.
I think it was after the second one.
Well, it couldn't have been because you met Robbie through Nicole, right?
Sorry. Okay, are we talking about, this is where I get confused because we have the 3. So if we're eliminating Susan's, are you talking about Robbie's?
No, we're
Or are you
still,
talking about Susan's?
we're talking about after you bought from Susan the first time.
Okay.
You get a text from Kouri saying, my investor wants something stronger, maybe the Michael Jackson drug, which you don't know what that is,
No.
but it's not fentanyl.
No.
And that's when you do a Facebook message to Nicole asking her to get you something.
I
Well-
actually have her.
I know what you're going to say because I said that wrong. You did a Facebook message to Nicole saying you needed to talk to her.
Correct.
All right. And when you talked to her, you said, I'd like some Roxy 30s.
I just asked her if she knew anybody that could get some pills.
That's your memory, so you don't remember saying, can you get me some Roxy 30s, or,
I think I named off a variety. If she
I'm
could
sorry,
get me,
what?
I think I named off a variety of pain pills.
Roxy 30s or blues, you said.
Yes.
What did that word mean to you at that time, blues?
Blues mean on the street that they are a man-made drug.
Okay. So we're talking about early 2022. Blues at that time did not necessarily mean fentanyl, right?
No, they meant fentanyl on the street. The street drug is blues for fentanyl.
I know that became the street name for blues, but did it mean that when you reached out to Nicole?
Blues are blues.
All right. Okay. And she told you need to talk to my friend Robert Crozier.
She said I had a friend.
She arranged, like, gave you
She
her-
gave me his number.
Okay. But you don't remember, at least at that time, you didn't know what date that was.
No.
And they're trying to help you figure out when you bought pills from Robert Crozier.
Sorry, what was the question?
Detective Maynard, I guess I said they, but I think maybe
You
it was
said
just
they,
Maynard.
yeah.
Was trying to help you figure out the dates that you bought pills from Robert Crozier.
Yes.
And they tell you you contacted him twice for drugs. Robert Crozier.
I don't recall if that's what they told me.
We'll look at page 87.
Okay, what was your question?
They're trying to help you figure out the dates, and they tell you they find 2 dates that you contacted Robert Crozier by looking at your phone, right?
Correct.
Okay. You actually didn't remember Robert Crozier's name initially, right?
I actually knew him as he was up in Ogden.
Okay. Called him like the Ogden dude or
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Somewhere up, yeah, the Ogden guy.
And that they helped you figure out his name, right?
Actually, I told him if you would bring me if I had my phone, I could put it to link them together.
Okay. And that, I mean, they did. They found his contact in your phone, right?
Yes, it
And
said
that's how you-
Robbie and Nicole.
Okay. All right. So they say you contacted him twice for pills, and you said, yes, that's probably right. I was probably meeting him for pills.
Correct.
And then you tell them, I hope that helps you.
Correct.
And they say, well, we need more detail than that.
They said I had to go into more detail.
They told you they needed more detail.
That I needed to go into more detail.
Okay. All right. So you're going back over again and about the first buy from Susan during this interview, correct? And today, or not today, I'm sorry, that day, May 3rd, is when you tell them that you fronted the money to pay Susan, right? Correct?
For Susan, yes.
Okay. But the day before, that's not what you told them.
I do not recall.
Okay, let's go back to the interview the day before, May 2nd.
Okay.
Can you go to the other binder with the May 2nd interview?
What page?
Ooh. Might have to help here. Go to page 40. Actually, maybe could you pull up 40? If I don't know what's quicker for you two or for me to walk up there. Actually, would you take that off that? All right. So the day before, you tell Detective O'Driscoll and Agent Sorensen that somebody left the money for you in the fire pit. Look at the bottom. No, we may need to go to the next page. So on that interview, you're telling them you picked up the money in the fire pit, and then you picked up the pills, and then you went back to the Midway house and left the pills in the fire pit. That's what you told them on May 2nd.
Okay, what was the question? Sorry, I was just reading.
Okay. That on that day, you said the money was in the fire pit and you left the pills in the fire pit. We're talking about the pills that Susan Kohler sold you. That's what you tell them on May 2nd.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. And you said, I never exchanged money with Kouri.
Correct.
Okay. But now the next day, you said, no, I fronted the money to Susan. And then I went and put the pills and picked up the money all at the same time.
I don't recall that.
Okay, let's go back to May 3rd. Page 108, going over to 109,
Which binder?
the May 3rd interview binder 2.
Okay, go to what page?
108 to 109. That's when you changed your story to that you fronted the money to Susan, correct?
I'm on page 108.
So over to 109.
I've got to be in the wrong binder.
Need some help?
Yeah, I think I'm confused on the binders. Because that one's slightly different. Oh, yep, I was in the wrong binder. Yep, sorry, I was in the wrong binder.
That's fine. Okay.
You're confusing me. Let me get this one out of the way.
Well, it's confusing.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where you're telling them, I didn't get any cash from Kouri ever.
I'm not sure what question is pending, Ms.
Yes.
Lewis.
All right.
What's your question?
I was backing up a little. I'm going to back up a little from the last question. You said you didn't get any money from Kouri ever, and then you said that you fronted the money to Susan,
Correct.
and then later got it in the fire pit. That's what you told them on this interview.
Correct, but I think I was mixing up the purchases.
That's not what you told them.
Your question?
Okay. I'm saying that's not what you told them, correct? Correct. You told them it was the Susan, the Susan Kohler purchase.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, and then they go back and they're still telling you, well, you still might be looking at time, state and federal time, right?
Correct.
But they tell you you're getting a big, giant get-out-of-jail-free card because of you helping us. Remember them telling you that?
I don't know if those were the exact words, but
Page 112.
something like that.
Bottom of 112 over to 113.
Correct.
Okay, you're getting a big, giant get-out-of-jail-free card from us.
Correct.
From them. Okay. And I think actually Detective O'Driscoll was there at this interview. I think he's the one that told you that, right?
No, it's Detective Maynard.
Okay. I still think he was there, but we'll move on. But all right. Thank you for clarifying that. All right. Because go to page 116. This is where Detective O'Driscoll.
Okay.
See, this is the first I'm just going to ask you if you remember, and if you don't, then look down at the page, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember that Detective O'Driscoll tells you something to the effect that this whole case is hinged on you, and you have to finish painting the picture because they don't have enough yet?
Correct.
Okay. So you go through your story again, correct?
Just listen to Ms. Lewis's question.
They go through so you try and go through the story again, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you tell them again that Kouri said, I need some pills for an investor with back problems, the first time she reached out, correct?
Correct.
And then you tell them that you know for a fact the first 2 times you bought pills were not fentanyl.
I don't recall that.
All right, let's go to page 127. No, actually, I'm sorry. Let's go to page 131, I think it is.
So 131?
Yes. Let me see. I'm not sure which page. Right. Okay, do you see down towards the bottom of the page? All right, so I know for a fact the first ones weren't. That doesn't help when you blow it up here. And then let's go to, do you see that? I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right. And let's go to 134.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, what was the question you were
The
asking?
question was, on this page, she says, I know the first time wasn't fentanyl. She said correct. Right?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were asking the question. What was it?
So at this point, you say, I know for sure the first time wasn't fentanyl. Correct?
It says here, I know for a fact the first one in the beginning was not fentanyl.
Okay. Now, can I see page 134? Okay. I'm going to look at, I can't find the exact spot I'm looking for right now, so I'm going to go back to that.
Counsel, may I just have a quick scheduling conversation with you?
At the bench?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just briefly.
Yeah, I think this will be an all right place to stop.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to recess for the evening. My now becoming traditional warning, please, though, hear me out. Do not talk about the case. Do not let anyone talk to you about the case. Please affirmatively avoid listening to, reading, or watching any report about the case on any source. Please do not do any internet searches about the case or anything you heard in the courtroom at all. Please enjoy your evening. Travel safe. We'll start again tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Please rise for the jury. Have a seat. Thank you. Ms. Lauber, I appreciate your patience today. I need you to come back tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay? I need you to be here, ready to go again at 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
All right? An important instruction. Between now and then, you cannot talk to anyone about your testimony. You can say things like, I have to be back in court at 8:30 a.m. They're not done. But the substance, the questions, can't talk about any of that. It's as if you're still on the stand. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. You can step down. Please travel safe. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Mr. Bloodworth, Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor, I'd like to make a record regarding the note from the jury and the action we took. Any objection?
No objection.
Note from the jury.
The note regarding the jury,
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
not from the jury.
I got it.
I think this was written by a juror.
Oh, I had understood.
Yeah, this was passed out from a juror. So, during an afternoon recess, a juror passed a note to one of the bailiffs that read, quote, Judge, I'm having a little trouble with the handwriting, so bear with me here. Are there members of the audience in the courtroom that are sketching members of the jury, question mark. Is that allowed without consent? Question mark. It is distracting and a concern. Please advise. In response to this note, court staff confirmed that there was a member of the spectators that was in fact sketching jurors and identifying the sketches by juror number. That sketchbook was confiscated. The sketches of the jurors were removed from the sketchbook. That person has been removed as a spectator, will not be allowed back in. We cannot have anyone doing anything to identify the jurors in any way. And then the jurors were informed by a bailiff, not by me, that we responded in that way, so they do not have to speculate about whether that's continuing. Okay. Mr. Bloodworth, anything further on that?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Nestor?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else on the record before we recess, Mr. Bloodworth?
No, sir.
Counsel?
No.
Okay. We'll recess for the evening. Please travel safely. Take care.